we're looking at here this evening is the statement that God has a moral law that is absolute. Mathematical laws, material laws, and yes, a moral law. This moral law that we're looking at here is that iniquities have broken his moral law and therefore have separated between us and God. Now, with this separation, God says, I have an answer. The answer is not God will compromise his holiness and he'll just overlook these sins or these iniquities and just dismiss them. In a conversation we had earlier today, someone was a little bit concerned that we would even introduce the idea that there had to be this suffering on the part of the perfect man of God, the perfect God-man, I should say. And the reason is because this suffering God-man was also the one that was satisfying his own moral law. And so when we see that God says, here's the solution, it is not religion, it's not good works, it's not of here, it says not of works of righteousness which we have done. Well then, if we can't work for it, how can we possibly hope that God's moral law will be satisfied? Here's the answer. God says, I will take those iniquities and I will lay those iniquities, the iniquity of us all, I will lay them on him. That is why there had to be the suffering of Christ, and that's why our works will not satisfy this demand. Very quickly, we see that this chastisement, and this is different than somehow we can possibly work for our salvation. God says there's only one work that will possibly satisfy his holiness, and this is the work mentioned right here. He would be wounded for our transgressions, he would be bruised for our iniquities, and then here's the cause rather here, and now we see the effect. The chastisement of our peace was upon him, and with his stripes we are healed. God says he's satisfied, we are healed. His law has been satisfied because of what he did. What did he do? He poured out his soul into death. He was numbered with the transgressors. He bare the sin of many. He made intercession for the transgressors. God says, and as a result of that, satisfied. So good to know that the moral law has been satisfied.